Test. Type 1 if y'all can hear me. I genuinely don't know. They changed around my OBS. Chat. All right, at least you can hear me. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Red Seat live stream. My name is Corbin. And are we excited or what, chat? We'll just leave it. Are we excited or what? Sonny Gray taking the mound. Sonny Gray taking the mound. Let's see who's in here tonight. We got Tom. What's going on? Spencer's in here. He was in here. How you doing, brother? Mr. Money, Mike Madness, the man, the myth, the legend in the chat. Carrie, how you doing? Booper, how you doing? Band, Tyler, Jeff. Hello. You're here for the Mike Trout talk. You know, it has been a while, Jeff, actually. It has been a while. You came back. Mike Trout gets connected. Came back. Genuinely, I thought of you actually a little bit, Jeff. When I saw that, I was like, I wonder if Jeff is the secret source here. Blank page and a swelling rage. Why is this off? There we go, chat. All right. Sonny Gray versus Andrew Painter. Andrew Painter having a tough time adjusting to Major League Baseball. The Red Sox love making good pitchers or bad pitchers look really good, or good pitchers that are off to bad starts look like themselves. Does that make sense? What's up, Daniel? Like, the Red Sox have been really good this year. What's up, Chris? Crying, laughing. This is secret sources. E-Trend. Thanks for being here for 39 months, Mike. Over three years. Yeah, over 3 years. We're almost at 4 full years of Mr. Money Mike Madness. No, Contreras never went on the IL. Mikey was for Roman. What's up, Superman? Hey, brother, I'm trying. I appreciate you being here. We are masochists. Watch this terrible team lose. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why we do it. I said it last live stream? We're just addicted, dude. It's a disease. I can't stop myself. If the Red Sox were 0-41, whatever their games are right now, I'd still be tuning in right now, I think. I would be sitting at home wearing a brown paper bag, but I'd be here. You know what I mean? I'd be here for sure. But anyways, yeah, so this is going to be interesting. Sonny Gray doesn't get a ton of swing and miss. The Phillies like to hit bombs. And the Red Sox are also really good at making bad pitchers who have good potential get to that good potential in the game. Does that make sense? T-minus 30 days until we trade for Mike Trout. Apparently geography is my weakest subject. Am I an idiot? 36. Oh, yeah, dude. I don't know why I thought 42 was a divisible by 12, Mike. Embarrassing. Misery loves company. That's the answer right there. Man, what was that? That was a wild knuckleball type hit, but we take it. Any chance we could see the trade idea put into a trade calculator? I actually did that in my video. It is a lot for a very negative amount. A lot from the Red Sox, very negative amount from the Angels. I said in my video, right? I just my biggest thing is, the one you put in chat earlier. Yeah, we could take a look at it maybe after the game. Not minus 70 wins. It's minus 70 million in value, Booper. We start winning today after. Oh, shoot, we lost another close game and scored less than 3 runs. Same time tomorrow. Yeah. Let's do it again, boys. Yeah, I don't know. Just to sort of cap home the Trout stuff. I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't see John Henry, he's reactionary. And I do think there's a chance he has a reactionary trade at some point this season. Let me interrupt that with Mr. Money Mike here. Mr. Money Mike Madness, speak of the devil. Turd Master Supreme has arrived. Hello, E. Oh, man. E, you're getting called out early. I appreciate the $5 super chat and a strikeout for Sonny Gray. That's been a rare one. We still made him look bad. That's true, Ricky. It is on occasion. Let me wrap up these Mike Trout thoughts because I just want to get it out there because I'm still thinking about it. I kind of understand the reasoning behind it. I don't understand the logic behind it. Does that make sense? Like, the reasoning for Mike Trout being on the team makes sense to me. It does, right? Especially if the Angels pay some of that deal. What doesn't make sense to me is, one, John Henry agreeing to do that and pay someone until they're 38. Or two, it doesn't make sense to me that Mike Trout would say yes to that. It just doesn't. 1-1. You know what I mean? So I don't see it happening. What if we struggle like we did in 12 and come back hard in 13? I don't know. Yes, I would trade for him. Get Trevor Story off your screen. We're changing up the drink today. Little sugar-free orange juice. This looks fake, doesn't it? It's real orange juice. Although, I don't know how that could be sugar-free. There's no sugar added, I think is the answer. You wouldn't trade Duran for Trout? Why not? What is the reasoning behind not trading Jarren Duran right now, I think is my question, especially for a bat. Tracy didn't call the win play yesterday. I'm assuming he will today. Hey, you know what? I like that idea, Dylan. You know, last week we were trying to break our slump, right? Last week we were trying to break our red seat slump. Today we're trying to break the Red Sox slump, so we'll see what happens. Story's better to trade than Duran, yeah, but you have to get someone who wants to trade for Story. It's a lot easier for someone to want to trade for Duran. He's younger. He's playing better defense. He's getting paid less. It wouldn't solve the issue of having too many outfielders. That's true. That's also a big part of this for sure. Yeah, I think the thought process. That's strike 3. There we go. There we go. Eric, you've been in here and made fun of my cat every single time, and not once have you said it the right way. Why do we call up the shortstop from AAA? Who? Are we 1 or 2 bats away from improving? It's a good question, honestly, because is it a matter of the Red Sox not being able to get on base, period? Or is it a matter of the Red Sox not being able to drive runners in? I think it's more so a matter of not being able to drive runners in. Now, does 1 or 2 guys fix that? I don't know, right? But if you get one more guy or you get a guy who can drive somebody in, then yeah, I think so. Here's why, and here's why the Trevor Story stuff this year, and I've really kind of like, I think I've gotten to the bottom of this. The reason Trevor Story is so frustrating this year is not only because he's been bad, right? Objectively, he's been terrible, but there are 2 other people on this team who have been terrible. Duran has been terrible, and I can kind of put Duran into this same boat, actually, now that we're speaking of this, and Durbin's been terrible, right? The difference is last, you could sit there last year and be like, Story had a terrible, first couple months, really just that first May, and then he picked himself up. Why wasn't it such a detriment to this team now, right? Or last year? Why is it not an issue last year? The answer is, last year you had Rafael Devers, who had like a over 1,000 OPS in May. Alex Bregman was an MVP candidate for the first couple months before he got hurt. Christian Campbell was going absolutely ballistic, and then he kind of settled in, obviously, but you had those 3 guys, right? And Willier had a hot start to the season too, right? So you had those guys. You had dudes that you could rely on for the power. You had dudes that you could rely on to get on base, and you had dudes to rely on to drive people in. This season, you built the team around the idea of Trevor Story being one of those core guys, right? One of those core guys in the middle of the order. So when he's struggling, it's much, much more difficult for the Red Sox to score runs. If Trevor Story was a league average hitter right now and was slightly above league average with runners in scoring position, I'm almost 100% certain you'd be like three, maybe 2 games under 500. There have been multiple games this year where Trevor Story specifically has come up in big spots and big moments and not been able to deliver. And again, he's not the only one, but when you set up your team where he is supposed to be one of the ones, like last year he wasn't set up to be one of the ones, or at least not at the beginning of the year. This year you were, and so that's the problem. Yeah, Painter does suck, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Red Sox are very good at making bad pitchers who have good potential look like they are hitting that potential this season. They assume constants like Trevor Story, despite not ever being that with the Red Sox, and Duran to be more like 2024. Yeah. But even Durbin, right? Even Durbin, to some degree, wasn't really like, we as fans kind of sat here and put expectations on Durbin because he was supposed to be this replacement for Devers, even though Suarez is really the replacement for Devers, Bregman, right? But the Red Sox never expected Durbin to be, Duran just missed that, huh? But Durbin was never supposed to be a mainstay, middle of the order bat for the Red Sox, right? It was always supposed to be, hey, this guy's going to be 5th, 6th, or 7th. Now, obviously, he hasn't been hitting like that, but Story was supposed to be coming into the year your 3 or 4 bat. And ultimately, that's why it's such a big issue of, hey, we can't get the job done. Imagine if this team had Bregman at second, Meyer at short, and Devers at third. Where do you think they would be? They would definitely be better than they are right now, but they would be slightly better. And the thing is, if you had that set up, you'd probably be in a similar position as you are right now, but you would have more hope that it was going to get better quickly. Like, I don't know. Like, Roman has to come back. He's got to be better than he was, right? And I think that's sort of the catalyst jumping point to, hey, can we get back to 500, right? But if you had Meyer at short, obviously the defense would be better. I think the defense all around would probably be good. I don't know. Would you be a better baseball team? At the moment, no, but I think overall in the season, obviously, right? Damn, Gasper is hitting the ball really well. Like, that ball got caught, obviously, but that was hit really well. This dude is just continuously. You know what? Keep this guy at second. You know what I mean? Is this team worse than the COVID team? I don't know, dude. The problem is I think the pitching's going to prevent it from... I think the pitching's going to prevent it from being as bad as it is. As bad as the COVID year. What was the COVID year record? Williers hitting third tonight? Why didn't I see that? $24 and 36. You were 12 games under by the end of the year. There we go, Willie. What's up, Smokey? Smokey comes in, they hit a single. I don't know. You tell me. What was their 2012 record? $69 and 93. I don't think they're that bad, dude. 69 and 93. You're almost 30 games under at that point. No. I think 78 wins. Somewhere around there. I like that, Mike. 500. You think they'll be 500 this year? I think they'll be under 500. I do still think 78. Yeah, because I do think at some point, Shooter, we're going to get a stretch here where the pitching just flat out carries them. Ah. Yeah, 78 and 84. That's what, 6 games under? I think that, yeah. I think that's about where we end up. 78 might make the playoffs. That would be so funny. Imagine the Red Sox get in and they have 78 wins. I'm a big fan of Contreras. Same. I love Contreras. I like the way he plays. For anyone a few pitches behind the stream, I just switched to 4K. Oh yeah, switch to the 4K stream. That's why I'm ahead. Booper, you might want to get that checked out, brother. Can't wait to watch the Red Sox take it from Philly tonight. Hell yeah. I hope Story doesn't ground out to second base 4 times tonight. Honestly, it'd be an improvement considering he's striking out 2 times a game right now. 28 months from Spencer. Let's go. So I bet on the Phillies today since my bets don't hit. Hell yeah. I like that. Are you on Nesson 360, Boop? Ride the pitching World Series. Imagine the Red Sox make the postseason with 78 wins and the pitching just carries them to World Series. That'd be the wildest. Dude, there would be the collective bargaining agreement would go down in flames. Oh, no. Sorry, Boober. Yeah, it sucks. Nesson 360 is stupid expensive. If Story doesn't turn around by the end of June, I think they'll bench him. End of June? Dude, the problem is... The problem is, I don't know that you can give him till the end of June. Like, where is his team going to be? You know what I mean? Like, the end of May. When does Romy come back? He's on schedule for the 11th? Yeah, he's on schedule for the 11th, I think. If Story isn't better by the 11th, you have to make a tough decision here. Bench Story for who? I don't, at this point I don't care about the money. You know what I mean? Like it's lost money at this point if he's still bad. You know? Yeah, Monasterio, sure. Meyer, I think, is the right answer there. What is Crochet munching on there? The Phillies have had a great turnaround since they fired their coach. Yeah, but so I was going to talk about this a little bit too. The difference between the Phillies and the Red Sox is that the Phillies were a good team that got off to a bad start, right? Like the manager to me didn't really have much to do with it. Like it's just one of those things where like they were gonna get hot. Rob Thompson, what's his name? Who's the manager? Mattingly, right? They were gonna. Nice catch, Marcelo. Nice catch, Marcelo. I just don't see how realistically you can only get rid of Bregman and we are 20 or 30 games worse. It's a great question, yeah. We were rumored to get Ketel Marte in the offseason, correct? Yes. Who would pick up Story if he gets DFA'd or does he retire? Someone picks him up. Someone would pick him up because you'd be paying basically league minimum for him. The Red Sox would be paying the rest of his salary. Whew. I didn't think anyone was going to do that. Who projects better defensively at shortstop, Arias or Meyer? So it's close. It kind of depends on where you look, Shooter. Some people will say Marcelo. Some people will say Arias. It really kind of, they're both going to be good defensively at shortstop. The answer. Trade Story, the Giants for Devers. That would be absolutely insane. Why? But like they have Willie Adames they're trying to get rid of. Audio cutout. Can y'all hear me? Devers has been really good lately. If it's Meyer, move him now to short. What are we waiting for? Good question, Shooter. Good question. The problem is, I think they're giving Story a leash. They're giving Story a long leash here because of how he turned around last year, and I think because they kind of need him to be here to be that leader. But like, there's only so far you can extend that leash. You know what I mean? Meyer looks like the best here in the lineup right now. Meyer's been struggling, brother. He just snapped an 0 for 13. I don't know. The answer is it should have been done. And a baby. Look at Gold Glove Massa. Look at Gold Glove Massa. Should really get Devers back. Would you guys want a video on that? How do I feel about Bayo last night? I like Bayo is if Bayo is going to be this kind of guy, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? For now, if he's going to give you 6 innings of 1-run ball every time he comes out of the bullpen, you keep doing it. You know what I mean? Who do we have to give up for Trout? He's aging now. It'd have to be names. It'd have to be. I like it doesn't matter if he's aging or not. It's Mike Trout. You know what I mean? A's are hitting short on pitching. Do you think there's a trade there? I mean, I guess so. I just don't. Who would the A's give up that would be relatively useful for you? Trout's a negative asset. Yeah, but he'd put asses in seats. And I said this before, right? If you DH Trout, does he stay a little bit healthier? I don't know. It would be cool to like from a fan perspective. I get it. He's too injury prone. I understand that. I do. If he's going to give you 130 games and you were cool with giving Bregman the same amount of money, basically, a little bit less, obviously, but similar money, who is also probably not going to play a full season for the rest of his career. I don't know. Like, Trout was bad last year. He still had 26 home runs, you know what I mean, in 130 games. Like, do you take that at 34, 35? I don't know. No, Tully's a starter, dude. And Tully's proven he's a starter right now. Don't know what I'm talking about? What do you mean? Murakami on our team would be so good. You see his strikeout rate has been sky high lately. I'm curious to see how he adjusts when MLB adjusts. Like last week, he's got like a 45% strikeout rate. I mean, he's obviously still hitting tanks, so what does it matter? But like, I am interested to see how that kind of develops long term. Yeah, that's the problem, Device, is that even if the Red Sox tried for him, Trout's going to be like, look, dude, like, if I'm going anywhere, it's to chase a ring. You know? I've stuck with it. Like, if this was 4 years, like, let's say he's coming off his 2019 season. Obviously, it'd cost a lot more. Right? But, like, then you have a conversation of maybe he wants to go out there and chase a ring 2019. You know what I mean? Now it's just a different story. Does Trout have a no trade clause? Yeah, he's been in the league long enough. After 10 years, you get essentially what is it? You get like 5 teams that you can say no to or something. I can't remember. Where's versatility when you need him? He knows all those rules. Christian, I'm not going to try and predict that, dude. Trevor Story? Trevor Story? What the hell? What? 424, 106. Where's our, we're bringing back this. Where's our home run thing? We need to get some vibes in the chat going. Where's this? How do I get this going again, chat? Do we remember? What was it? Little home run from Trevor Story there? Oh my God. Did we reverse jinx Trevor Story, chat? Did we reverse jinx Trevor Story? About to find out. Hell yeah, though. Hell yeah, Trevor. I forgot Trevor Story could do that. It's bullhorns, and you need to hold them flat towards us. Okay, hold on. We need to get this. We need to get this. We need to get this. There it is. Trevor Story. Yes, sir. My God. Since when? I didn't even know he could do that. That a baby Marcelo. Marcelo is a contact machine when he's on. Maybe you just saw the moment Trevor turns on it. That'd be so funny, wouldn't it? Incoming Wong Dong. Dude, if Connor Wong goes yard here, we'll win this game. But hey, chat, when was the last time Trevor Story hit a home run in this stream? It had to have been September of last year. It's so weird seeing so many empty seats at Fenway. I mean, it makes sense, but it's still bizarre to me. Good bunt. Good bunt. Good bunt. That's safe. Ooh, that was close. Was that an actual Emmy nominated, Steven? That commercial is bizarre. That commercial is bizarre. Oh. Connor almost beat this out, dude. Connor Wong hasn't hit a home run since 2024. You think it'll happen this year? At some point this season, it might happen. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Boop. Appreciate you being here. Dude, I forgot who's on second, Marcelo. I forgot Trevor Story was allowed to hit home runs, if we're being honest. Like, I thought this dude was only allowed to swing at sliders and, in the other stratosphere. We got to trade Story now while his stock is high. Yeah, trade him right this second. Actually, just get on the phone. Hey, you guys see that? Why is Wong even playing? Gasper is better. You know what? That's a low-key kind of a good conversation to have. We will see how that ends up playing out. But nah, he didn't swing. What up, Jay? You're never going to believe this, but you missed a Trevor Story home run. Trevor Story hit a home run. Now, what's on second? Who's on first? Now let's trade Story and Bale for Trout. Caleb Durbin. What are we swinging at, dude? Speaking about struggles right there. The Durbinator striking out. I will say, he hasn't been striking out as much lately. It's been a lot of ground balls. Hasn't been as much strikeouts. Gotta start making more tea, chat. Hey, they scored a run. Not only do they score a run, Kevin, Trevor Story hit a home run. Where would the Angels put Trevor Story? At least he drove the count up a bit. Yeah, that's true. Still top 5 in attendance percentage this season. Interesting. What's up, Robbie? Lurking away. I appreciate you. Gasper put charges into baseballs. That's all we need. Keep putting charges into baseballs, you know? That's all he's been doing. Yeah, it's also a great point, Kyle. No one wants to talk about it, but you got to trade an outfielder. Even if you don't get Trout, you should probably trade an outfielder. Although right now, like, is it a problem because you got Roman on the bench? I don't know. That's true, Steven. In a floating box down the river. Gasper can not play third super well, shooter, to be fair. Need the whole team to grow mustaches? Dude, maybe that's the problem. like imagine Marcelo ends up becoming like a super slugger with a mustache. Yeah, Chris. He didn't want a DH anymore. So who gets sent down when Crochet comes back? Never. Wow. That's the answer. I don't know who goes down when Crochet. A personal opinion, go a 6-man. Option Watson. Or DFA Watson, whatever. I'm pretty sure the problem is no decent vets to mentor the young guys. But maybe it's just not enough mustaches. I think it's not enough mustaches. Woo. All right, Gray. '80s mustaches and style is low-key coming back. I do love '80s style. If I could rock it, I would. When the Red Sox pick Gasper back up, I talk smack, but Gasper looks decent. Yeah. What'd you miss? Trevor Story home run. Option Weiser, yeah, sure. Weiser, Watson, same thing, really. You know, Gasper looks like a high school math teacher. He does, but he hits the hell out of the baseball, so I'll take it. Good pitch, Sonny. Is that 3? Is that 3 strikeouts? And wait a damn minute here. Do I realize Vaughn Grissom currently has a 789 OPS? Defense below average, but not horrible. That sucks. I'm hoping Story will be another hot streak. Like he managed for a while last year. That'd be nice. Sonny now officially has more Ks than Corbin has chins. Okay, chap. We're not doing this again. Chad, I have my bachelor trip in Florida next week. So if you're expecting the Red Sox to make a big move, that's when it's going to happen. Didn't even realize Vaughn Grissom was gone. Yeah, they traded him over the offseason. Tough? Yeah, not like, oh damn, that tough. More like, well, there goes the it feels weird to be in front. Okay. Who was that? Of course. Miami? No, we'll be like an hour north of Miami, near Boca Raton. Jordan Alvarez? That'd be sick. Not gonna happen, but Jordan would be sick. Jordan would be a much bigger package, though. If I were the GM, how would I fix the roster? Um, I think I'm benching Durbin, making him more of a utility guy. I mean, you do something with Story. I don't know what you do with Story, but you do something with Story. And you kind of start there with the offense and see how it goes. Pitching, I really don't think has been, obviously he just gave up a home run, so it's tough to be like, oh my God, the pitching's great. But Durbin has options now. Yeah, Durbin does have options. What's up, Tommy? What do I do with the outfield? I trade Duran for what would I trade Duran for? Relievers, I think is the answer. Like two really good middle relief options. I think there's your answer. Right? I think that's the answer. Yeah, get or one good reliever and some good prospects. Yeah, do that too. Doesn't really matter which way you want to do it. That's what I would do. And then you kind of see, right? You wait for great non-answer. I don't know. What else do you want me to say? The problem with the roster right now is you can't like change everything, right? Because if you change everything, you're starting from square one. You gotta use the pieces that are working and then maneuver them in a way that's going to work better. What happened? Carl Crawford's kid hit a home run at dead center field. Good pitch. Way to battle back there, Sonny. Yeah, there we go. Here comes Schwarber. Schwarber scares me. Where did that go, Sonny? We needed a Schwarber this offseason. I think it's kind of wild to me that the Red Sox had one phone call, um, didn't make an offer, and just kind of ended the conversation there. I'm really interested to see how that phone call went. Either Schwarber was like, "Look, dude, either you offer me the world, or I'm going back to Philly," or the Red Sox were like, "Look, this is what we're thinking," and Schwarber laughed them away. I don't know which one it is. I get my guess. I don't know which one it is. Thoughts on Duran fiasco with deleting his social media? It's Duran, dude. I have no idea whatever's going on in that head. I just don't. Wonder why Duran fell off after 24. I mean, he wasn't bad in 25. He just wasn't as consistent. This year, I think it's a lot of mental. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't disagree, Chris. I think people are going to say terrible things to him. It's an unfortunate reality of being a Major League Baseball player. You know? Media's making the Duran social media thing a bigger story than it needs to be. Yeah, kind of. To me, honestly, it's kind of a positive thing. Like I think he can. To me, he can get himself into a lot more trouble on social media than he needs to. So just like if you feel as though you're gonna cause issues, and maybe that post, I really didn't think that post was like a major issue, but like like it's gonna prevent further issues in the future. So like I don't know. To me, it's kind of a non-story. I don't think that's supposedly Meek. I, I don't know. I'm not gonna make assumptions about anything. The like I don't think that it had anything to do with race, but I'm also not, I'm a white guy, right? So I don't really get an opinion on whether it was or wasn't. You know what I mean? Like that's not my area to speak on. Does that make sense? What is on the bottom of this cup? What is that? Vodka? Some nights I wish, dude. Why does Bryce Harper have a taxidermied Wally on his shin guard? I think that's supposed to be Blooper. Is that his name, Blooper? I think that's what it's supposed to be. But hey, Sonny Gray. Listen, Sonny Gray gives up the solo shot. That sucks. But gets out of the inning against two really good bats. So I don't know. Still looking solid today for sure. The Fanatic. That's it. Philly Fanatic. What did I say? Blooper? Who's Blooper? Who's Blooper? Is Blooper the Mets? Flyers? The Mario character? Grimace is in the Mets. Who is the Mets mascot? I'm pretty sure it's Blooper. Who is the Mets mascot? Oh, it's just Mr. Met. Chat, you guys couldn't have told me that. Who is the Braves mascot? That's who it is. Yeah, bloopers the Braves. Bloopers the Braves. Do we stick with Tracy or go out and find a new manager? It would be kind of, in my opinion, kind of dumb to find a new manager in the middle of the season. Like I just like personally to me, there's already been enough turmoil in the clubhouse this season to make it worse and find another manager doesn't make sense. Give Chad Tracy the opportunity and kind of see what he does with it. Like Chad. I mean, they're 500 with Chad Tracy, which is like much better than the. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even think it's about money, to be honest with you, Meek. I think it's just a matter of like that'd be kind of a stupid move. Like how many and not that the Red Sox are gonna make a postseason push, at least not in my opinion. Um but like how many successful teams did you see have multiple different managers, especially an outside manager? You see the Nats got a puppy? No. Was that a hit by pitch? Look at Gasper doing everything he can. It was more around 2027. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. If Chad Tracy's Red Sox are, comparatively to what they started at, let's say they end up 82 and 80. You know what I mean? That a baby Willie. Is that gonna get to third? Get to third? Get to third? No. Okay, first and second, but we like that. 2 for 2 for Willie Abreu. I do think you're gonna end up having to be over 500 device, but I don't think it's gonna be crazy far away. I don't know. I like Chad Tracy. I think Chad has the potential to be a really good manager. I think he deserves his time. You know, time to trade Story, Bayo, and Duran. Kevin, we need to work on your spelling, my friend. Willie Abreu just tried to hit that ball through the green monster. Tracy's really good at develop. Yeah, so Tracy, one of the things Tracy's been heralded on is developing young players. John Farrell retire? Oh, definitively. Ooh, that was a pitch right there, Wilson. That was a pitch right there. Vixens. You spent a lot of time. Yeah, but look at how guys have done in Worcester. They've been really, really good in Worcester. You know? Chad, did you know Wilson and Roman had the same birthday? It's only been said about 45 times the first 3 innings of this game. Ah, these goddamn double plays, dude. It's unbelievable. See the Red Sox, Christian. He's under contract for the next 2 years. What do you mean they're going to likely let him walk? Let him walk in 2 years? I don't know. If you're gonna sell house, I suppose you listen on Wilson. But in my opinion, like Wilson Contreras has been a very lone bright spot. Outside of obviously that was a bad play, but like he's been a pretty good bright spot for you. I don't know. And you don't really have a so the problem is if you trade Wilson, who's playing first base, not only this the rest of this year, but just in general going forward. Yes, in 2 years, Christian. Why would the Red Sox? Why would any team bring him back? Casas is in the Netherlands. That dude may never come back. You don't have a solution over there at first base. You don't. So like with if you were gonna trade Sonny at the deadline, fine, right? You lose him at the end of the year. You know, you kind of move on. It's fine, whatever. You still have a good rotation. You trade Chapman, that sucks. It's going to be a big hit to your bullpen. Maybe you try out a Slayton. Is there Tayron Guerrero's in AAA? Like, you don't have anybody for first base. Sogard or Mickey Gasper are the first baseman of the future of the Red Sox. I don't know. I don't know. I personally, I just think like if you're gonna trade House, I think it's everyone but Wilson Contreras on a short term deal. I also think I don't know. I like it's tough because you're right. The package would probably be good. I don't know. But like, yeah, people are gonna be like, "Oh, Gasper's hitting well." Do we really want Gasper as the first baseman of the Red Sox? And on top of that, too, yeah, Romy's fine, but Romy's not like a great defensive first baseman. He's fine. Um, Justin Gonzalez is in the minors. He's not really playing first base right now. Someone said Christian Campbell. The Red Sox haven't been playing Christian Campbell at first base outside of like two innings last year. He's not going to be a first baseman in the future. Yeah, Chris, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Nice pitch, Sonny. Another strikeout for him, huh? Why don't the Sox DFA Watson? I don't know. I think they're refusing to admit they were wrong about him, honestly. Connor Wong at first, that seems like a terrible idea. Like, again, these guys, you're naming guys that could fill in at first base, right? But like an everyday first baseman is so different than a guy who can fill in at first base. Like Wong can fill in at first base. Do you really want Connor Wong at first base 140 games a season? Like really think about that for a second. No, the answer is no. Romy maybe, but Romy's injured and you don't know what he's going to look like when he gets back. Plus, on top of that, again, Romy's a decent bat, don't get me wrong. But he's also, a very mediocre first baseman. And I love Romy, and he's valuable on the field. But as a first baseman, no. Move Anthony to first. Anyone saying move Anthony to first and wants to talk bad about Anthony's defense, watch 2 highlights on Twitter and has not been watching these games. I'm convinced. Like there's some guy, this guy's named John. He's in my comment section every video, right? He responds to everybody, but anyone that says anything about Roman's a terrible left fielder. Roman had 2 bad throws this year. The arm is more valuable than the average player. The defense is top 5 in left fielders in Major League Baseball in general, no matter what stat you look at. You want to look at outs above average, you want to look at defensive runs saved, but he had 2 bad throws. All right, come on, Sonny. Yeah, I moral of the story is I really hope they don't trade Wells Contreras. That was my point. 3 bad throws. Okay. All right, Ricky, my bad. 3 bad throws. Coming into the season, Ben, they had Roman and Duran as a top 10 left fielder. Dodgers need a shortstop and outfielder. They'd take Story's salary. I don't know that they would, dude. The Dodgers spend money, but they don't spend it stupidly. He'd have to play DH, I think, Meek. Duran was number 1. Duran was the number 1 left fielder in baseball coming into the season. That doesn't sound right. Duran was the number 1 left. Who was under Duran? Like obviously Roman was. I mean, I could see that considering Roman didn't get a ton of time here. Bellinger was at 4. Riley Green was at 5. Interesting. Making this wonky roster work. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you'd have to pay someone a lot to trade Trevor Story. Green is the best left fielder. I mean, is Bellinger playing consistently left field? I thought he was playing more. Oh, yeah, maybe. Who's the best left fielder in baseball now? If you go by, let's just do hitting. Like, who has the highest OPS for left fielder? Nice catch, Willier. I love having Willier Abreu on this team. I really do. Fitzsimmons, Sampson, and Garvey. Why? Is that a reference I don't understand? Let me see if I can find it. Left fielder by OPS. Let me see. Jordan out. Yeah, I think Jordan's mostly DHing, though. I don't think you consider him a left fielder. Let me see if I can find it. Leaders in hitting. Baseball Reference is not the greatest place to go here. Is there just Stathead? They do Stathead. That's the better one. Ohtani and Betts. Yeah, that's a really smart move, I think. Dodgers have like 2 or 3 more very good catching prospects. Trade Story there. Guys, it's not going to happen. Oh, I see, Mike. Both somewhat can play. Yeah, I suppose they could both play. I will say, actually, you know what I'm not going to say because it's just going to jinx it. Never mind. Forget what I was just about to say. I'm looking up who the best left fielder in baseball is right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to put my foot in my mouth. That's what I'm not doing. Stathead. Let's find out together, chat. All right. 2026 player batting. 26. We'll do by OPS. We'll do only left field. Okay. And let's see. JJ Bleday is the answer, chat. And then Michael Conforto. They're counting Jordan as a left fielder. Mickey Moniak. Carlos Cortez. Schwarber. Again, kind of. I don't know if you consider him a left fielder. This is anyone who has time in left field, I suppose. But JJ Bleday is the answer for true left fielder. Cincinnati. Hitting .289 with a 1.073 OPS. Riley Green's at 11. Roman is at... I don't even want to know, actually. Do I want to know? I don't want to know. 74. And at the very bottom... I don't know that was a catch. I don't know if that was a catch, chat. No. Wow. Really? What is up with this guy being a Gold Glove center fielder? Ugh. When I have time to, yeah, I watch Fuzzy. I love Fuzzy. How we doing, Frozen? Good? Ugh. Dude, I have a good night, Kyle. I can't believe the Red Sox have 1 run off this guy through 4 innings. Have I been playing MLB Show 26? Yep. Yeah, I've been playing it. I kind of like the offline grind more than the online grind, to be honest with you. Franchise is fun. Yeah, franchise is cool. I also like playing Diamond Dynasty and like getting the cards. I just don't love playing online right now. No, he didn't fly out to middle field device. He grounded out to shortstop. Woo whoop. You know the Red Sox are down bad when their all-state like good hands replay is Lou Merlone. Do I play Road to the Show? I usually start Road to the Show after the season's over because that's when this Marcelo and grounding out to first base. It's a match made in heaven. The Red Sox having one run off a Painter or Story hit the home run for a run. Um, definitively Story the home run being the run. I'm not surprised at all they aren't doing anything off a Painter. Like I said, like the Red Sox have a really, really good habit, and not good in the way of like, oh, this is positive. Good as in like they're really good at doing it. It's making good pitchers who have had bad seasons look like good pitchers again. Do I think the ABS will replace all ball and strike next year? No, I don't. I don't think the ABS will ever fully replace umpires calling it because they tried that in what was it, Double A or Triple A, and there were too many walks. Like guys just realized, okay, I could be way more selective in the batter's box, and there were too many walks, and it ruined the game. It actually made the game like super long too. So no, I don't think it'll ever be. I don't think it'll ever fully take over. Franchise mode in sports games. Yeah, it's fun. I also agree, Device. I agree. You know. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever replace anything. I do think maybe it becomes I don't know how you like kind of find the middle ground though for that in terms of the ABS. Like I don't know what the like, balance would be that would work. John Henry has not paid a second of attention to this game. He has no idea what's going on. He has absolutely no idea. He couldn't tell you who's on the mound. He couldn't tell you who made the last out. He's just sitting there reading the paper, making sure that people know he's there. But the last time he was in Fenway more often than not, Alex Cora got fired. So what happens this time? I don't know. The Avalanche, Colorado? Do you think John Henry knows about the Car Shield commercials? Like do you think John Henry's seen Marcel Meyer in these Car Shield commercials? Does he not always go? So he's there a lot from what I understand, but it's more of a like background type thing. Um when he's like public facing, it's either because the team is so bad and he needs to show that he's caring about the team, or something big is about to happen. For once, my once a stream off topic statement. Oh boy. Is that gonna get off the monster? No, it's not. My once an off stream topic. I'm so hyped for 007 First Light reviews. Have been saying it's a mix of Hitman and Uncharted. Seeing as I have an '07 tattoo and working on a sleeve. You're working on a full James Bond sleeve? Never heard him speak? You've never heard John Henry speak? Give every batter one challenge instead of the team pool. It's the same like if you get I don't hate that device. Yeah, I don't hate that. Mickey Moniak. There you go. I had JJ Bleday, Mark. But yeah. In that case, though, the pitchers would put in the zone more because they know hitters will swing less and hitters would swing more because it's in the zone. You would think that, but apparently it's super difficult to like get strikeouts because you have to come into the heart of the zone and it leads to more offense and it leads to longer games. Wasn't the last time Henry spoke publicly after we traded bets? I thought he did one more. I mean, his last actual public one was that interview he did in Winter Weekend. It was coming into it was the Carabas year when Carabas was doing it. Papelbon showed up. Oh man, what year was that? I think it was my first year going. 23? Is he camera shy or something? No, he knows that he's gonna get cooked, and he doesn't want to get cooked because he doesn't want to look bad. That's actually sick, Spencer. I didn't know that. What'd you miss? Solo home run by Trevor Story. Solo home run by Justin Crawford, I think. Yeah, John Henry knows anything he says about the Red Sox will be torn apart right now because he knows that everything we're saying about him is correct, right? So the Liverpool speech, yeah, but that was for Liverpool. I'm talking specifically for the Red Sox. I don't know. I like it. It feels like it's yeah, like he's not speaking about the Red Sox ever again. I don't think. Nice. Oh my God, Wilson. Oh my God, Wilson. That's why you don't think about trading this guy. That's why Wilson Contreras needs to be on this team for the foreseeable future. That was unbelievable. Dude's a star at first base. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Yeah, Timothy, that's the other part of it. Contreras stays on Sox. Yeah, I agree. That was absurd. That was absurd. I'm a big fan of this orange juice. It's like an orange pineapple juice. Start getting it more often. Someone said vodka. This would be really good with some tequila. But no, chat. We're not doing that tonight. Tracy Costas just threw his back out watching that play. I don't like hearing the rumors that the fans who wore bags to their head were asked to leave the game last night. No, they were still there. I think they were asked to take them off, though. I can't believe Gray only has 68 pitches right now. Bro couldn't find the zone if Shaq was up there right now. What are you talking about? He has 5 strikeouts, doesn't he? I think we're watching different games here, Device. Like, there have been some deep counts, but for the most part, he's been throwing the ball well. He's a spin pitcher. You know what I mean? Like, he's good. Here's the problem is you've got a bunch of guys on your team that throw absolute bullets. You know? So when guys are spinning it and have to be creative and nibble at corners, you're sitting there and be like, God, this guy's got no control. No, he knows exactly what he's doing. Prezzo getting Contreras, even a blind dog finds a bone once in a while. It's weird, dude. Like, Breslo's done some really good things. Crochet, Chapman, Contreras. Gray's been really solid. It's just that his misses have been so bad it overshadows it. Yeah, I don't hate it, Frozen. Although I wouldn't put Story at DH. That takes Massa. That takes your outfield, surplus and makes it even worse. Yeah, I think that's fair, Spencer. I think the trades are fine, but the misses in the free agent market sucks. Yeah. And honestly, some of the trades have been tough too. Like I would say he's probably 50-50 on trades, right? For all the good trades you can point to, I think you can point to bad trades too. I mean, you could point to I don't know. Like the Sale trade was definitely a miss. I don't know. You could definitely find misses. Would I rather have Crochet or Sale? Crochet for sure. I mean, as much as Sale is very good, like Chris Sale's aging, Crochet's getting better, you know? What is up with Durbin? Oh, broken bat? The secondary trades? Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Like the sort of the ones that didn't like, you know, warrant 30,000 views on one of my videos. The ones that, you know, people kind of sit there and they're like, yeah, all right. Dustin May, yeah, that's a good one. Every deadline, every Breslow deadline has been really bad. Even 24 was really bad. Remember 24? He traded like a crap ton of prospects for 2 relievers and neither of them worked. God. Durbin. Andrew Painter is not a very good pitcher here, and he is just dicing up this Red Sox lineup. How many hits do they have off of him? How many people have hits off him? Let me rephrase that. Marcelo, Willier, Story. That's it. Durbin. Now Durbin doesn't strike out as much as Javi Baez. That's the problem. Hate to admit he's a cool guy. I'm sure CC is a cool guy. That's sick though, Spencer. Hell yeah. I love Cooperstown. How do I feel about Meyer? I love Meyer. I think Meyer will be perfectly fine in Major League Baseball. The problem is like you see these top prospect statuses and you're like, man, he's going to be a superstar. If he's a regular everyday player, like let's say he gets his bat up to let's say a 105, 110 OPS plus, and then plays elite level defense at second base, like that's a really good player. And I think Marcelo can absolutely do that this year. No, I kind of heard that there was a reduced post surgery time, but I didn't see that. I didn't see that Scooble. It was because of an experimental surgery. Interesting. I mean, hey, it works. A lot of people are gonna start doing it. Anthony or Duran? Anthony's probably your safest bet in terms of who's gonna be here the longest. God, Jaron. Unbelievable, dude. I mean, this offense it's just miserable to watch. It really is. It's unbearable to watch this Red Sox offense, dude. Who's better, Meyer or Anthony? So depends on how you kind of look at it, right? Myers stayed healthy. He's been a good defender, and he's putting the ball in play more. But Anthony had a down month, and everyone craps all over Anthony, saying he's a bust. But he was only 6% worse than the league average hitter. What's up, JA? And he was a pretty decent, like a well above average defender in left field overall in his first month this season. And that's kind of the floor, right? That's the floor for Roman Anthony. When everyone sits here and says, man, Roman Anthony stinks. Roman Anthony was 6% below league average in a month that he stunk in. How long do they make a change that matters? What's the change that matters, though, UK? What's the change? Because here's the problem. People say, oh, I want change, I want change, I want change. Okay, we're going to trade Jaron Duran. Well, no. You can't trade Duran. Okay, so what? You're going to find someone taking on Story's contract? No, you're not. Smart, Matthew. Am I going to grow a Tully mustache? No. Yeah, but CH, let me ask you a question. If the Red Sox fired Breslow tomorrow, what does the new CBO, GM, whatever you want to call it, do to fix this team? Like that's the question I'm going to continue to ask because it almost feels like you put yourself in a situation that it doesn't really matter who's at the helm of this thing. Like whether you trust Breslow or not, like someone's got to fix it. Yeah, but CH, it doesn't matter who comes in, right? Even if Dave Dombrowski, let's say Dave Dombrowski comes in tomorrow, what does he do to fix this team right now? What's up, Paul? Get somebody going for the trade deadline. The season is cooked. Okay, yeah, but who? Like, what are you doing though? That's my question. Alec Burleson, how's he doing this year? Seasons to come. Yeah, but that's the problem, right? Is the Red Sox one? They don't. The media or this team itself don't give GMs the time to fix it. Does that make sense? Dave, welcome back to the standing room. Officially getting yourself that gold chair. Welcome in, my friend. How you doing? Yeah, it's the details that are the problem, in my opinion. Like, we could generally look at this offense and say it's butt cheeks, right? We could generally look at this team and say it needs star power. But then you got, excuse me, then you got to figure out where that star power is and where the team needs actual solutions, you know? Oof. That was an ugly swing from Kyle Schwarber there. The premium positions are butt cheeks. Shortstop, yeah. Center field's been solid. Like, say Don, I think's been pretty decent this year. In fact, I'd venture to say Cedon's been one of the better players on this team this season. You know? Catcher, yeah, I guess you could say catcher's been bad. Although defensively, it's been pretty good. Durbin's been great at defense. Yeah, he's been fantastic at defense. But if you can't turn a corner offensively, there's only so much great defense. Like the problem is you can't have everybody playing good defense and nobody hitting. You know what I mean? Like that's an issue. Nice pitch, Gray. Said he was better defensively last year. He's actually about the same this year. The problem is if you're looking at metrics, he had like 3 or 4 bad plays at the beginning of the season that have kind of tanked his defensive metrics. If you wait to the end of the year, that's going to even out. It'll probably look similar to what it was last year, I would imagine. Very close. So, like, we're going to sit here and dissect Cedon. Like, Cedon's making plays that no normal center fielder makes. And he's been an above average bat so far this season, which is something that's relatively rare on the Boston Red Sox right now, right? It's Wilson, it's Willier, it's Cedon. That's it. Those are the only people with an above average OPS right now. Contreras is legitimately an absolute star. Legitimately, where would this team be with where it's at right now without Wilson Contreras? I just don't. Why would the Dodgers take on Trevor Story? I just don't understand it. Yeah, they need a shortstop, but guys, like, they could figure out shortstop without taking on $50 million. Is Marcelo a perennial all-star kind of guy? Like, at his ceiling? Yeah. I don't know that Marcelo will never be like an MVP caliber player, I don't think. But all-star, yeah, especially if he stays at second base, because second base is kind of a weak, all-star area. If he's a second baseman, like if Arias comes up and you do Arias at second base or shortstop and Meyer at second base, and then bring somebody in for Durbin at some point. Like, yeah, I could see him being a perennial all-star. Yeah, but the problem is, Chris, Rushing is getting paid what, close to league minimum right now, and is a legitimately good baseball player. If the Sox DFA Story tomorrow, I don't see them picking. I don't see any team picking him up. To be honest, now some team there will be a team, because again, you have to remember, Ben, if they DFA him, every other team can pick him up for league minimum. What's the risk for another team to pick it up? I mean, to be fair, the Story deal was Heim Bloom. Right, like if you're the Colorado Rockies, let's say for example, and Trevor Story is going to give you goodwill for the fans, and you get him for league minimum, why wouldn't they pick him up? You know what I mean? Or let's say I don't know, who's a team that doesn't have a fantastic shortstop? Let's say the Yankees are out too short. Like Volpe's their shortstop right now, and that's not ideal for them. They could get Trevor Story for league minimum, a guy who pulls the ball in a sandlot baseball park. Yeah, like they're gonna do that, right? Like the Red Sox DFA Story, they will be paying for him to play for another team, definitively. And I don't think that's inaccurate. Especially if a team goes, hey man, we're gonna pick you up and you're gonna play second base, you know? Oh, nice. Andrew Painter's out of the game. He went 5 innings, allowed 1 earned run. Buddy has not gone a single outing so far without 3 earned runs or more. But here are the Red Sox. There's absolutely no reason to extend Willier. Buddy's 34 years old. I love Willier Abreu. But you can't extend that guy into his 40s. There's no reason. You have him until what? 34, 35, 36. Potentially 37 if you want him to. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. The Dodgers would never do that, CH. I agree. Yeah, that's what I've been saying it all stream. The Red Sox are really good at making bad pitchers look like stars. At least Willier's hitting. You know, the problem is I really do think the issue is more so guys just aren't driving runs in instead of getting on base. Like, guys are getting on base. Abreu's way older than you thought? Oof. That's a strike. Unbelievable. Hit him right on the bicep? Yeah, right on the outside bicep. He wouldn't even launch in Yankee Stadium. Sometimes all he needs is a change of scenery. Plus, again, device. The Yankees would not be paying him 21, 27, whatever it is, $1 million a year. The Red Sox would be paying everything outside of league minimum. So for the Yankees, you take the chance that, hey, we can fix you. You know? And there's no reason not to. I also can't believe Willier just swung at that. A baseball hit him. And he just immediately shoots one at the middle. So never mind, Willier. I love you. Willier Bray, the only person on this damn team that can actually put the ball in play. Wilson. Please. Please. Is Sadon hitting for Willier? That'd be Story, right? Oh, no. It'd be Yoshida. I'm waiting for Willier to be traded for a single prospect from the Dodgers system. I am kind of concerned that they aren't thinking about extending him. Like, why have there been no? I don't. How have the Red Sox not had any conversations with Willier about it? They had one his rookie year, which would have been Heimblum's final year. They didn't get close to a deal, and they haven't talked to him since about it. Interesting to me. They probably don't want to add to their luxury tax money this season, which is fair considering how bad the team is, but that's also kind of like your fault. So but like you can't if Willier's going to be this good this season, you can't let him get to free agency, dude. Some team's going to give him $200 million. He'll be what, 30 in his free agency year? Yeah, get like $200 million. Wilson, I understand, brother. You're coming back. You haven't seen a ball in a couple of days. Just getting yourself used to things. That was more down the middle. I could have put a baseball on a tee, on a physical tee right in front of you, and that baseball would have been more down the middle. Do you think we get a 2027 season, or will it be or will R block it? You mean the CBA? I think there is one. I think there's a season. I don't know if there'll be an off season, but I think there'll be a season. Come on, Contreras. Show me the money, kid. Not really a kid. He's like 6 years older than me, but Monasterio's got a bat? Interesting. Wilson. What was that? He was so far behind that baseball. Oh my God. If there's no off season, are we stuck pedaling this team out again next year? No, there will always be a free agency period because people need to sign. Like there are going to be guys who don't have a team. People need to sign, and they need to have a spring. They'll have maybe an abbreviated spring training or something like that. There you go, Mike. Breslow's done well to keep the young talent while everyone calls for his head. He hasn't traded our future stars, and I appreciate that. Kind of. I mean, he's done a good job at extending. I'll give him that. It'll be curious to see how well the extensions look in a couple of years. I mean, the Sedan one was so Heim was Sedan and Bayo, right? And obviously, I think the Sedan one looks much better than Bayo's does right now. Or no, Breslow was Bayo too. Was Breslow Sedan? Why might there be a lockout? So every what is it, 5 or 6 years? 5 years, I think. The collective bargaining agreement. It's the agreement between the players' union and the owners on how they treat certain things within the game. Well, whether it's signing players, calling up players, rules, stuff like that, salary issues, all that good stuff. It kind of dictates the bylaws of it. It's like Jules saying there's no future stars on this team is just kind of dumb. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we're negative about this team, but saying there's no future stars on here, I don't know. That's kind of stupid. Breslow's infamous driveline. Dude, people crapping on driveline drive me absolutely crazy because if you read anything ever about what's going on with the Red Sox right now, Pete Fatsi was anti-driveline. And the Red Sox were still sucking before it was full driveline. So you guys tell me, what's the answer then? Is it still driveline? Fatsi was publicly anti-driveline. He didn't love it. So tell me how driveline has ruined this organization if you were the same people saying you wanted Pete Fatsi fired. Did I come in a bad time? Sedan? No, you did not. Yeah! Yes! Sedan! There's your future star right there, Jules. Sound the horn. Sedan! There we go, Sedan. Huge. Sedan! That's what this team needed. They need a little Sedan in their life. Why are we sitting this guy? Don't ever let him sit again. Love the light show. We have not had the light show in a while. Light show was a 2024 thing, I think. But I love the light show, dude. More like, that ball is gone. He may be a star yet, Assassin. He may just be a star. I'm going to tweet that out every time. Great extension by that Breslow guy. I can't remember if it was... I can't remember if it was Breslow or Bloom who extended Sedan. I thought it was Bloom, but it might be Breslow. I almost just died, Chad. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost. Oh, that went down the wrong pipe. That went down a wrong pipe. It was Breslow. So April 2024 was, they say, Don extension. Yeah, that'd be Breslow. Woo. All right, Chad. We made it through. That was a scary moment for a second. I thought I was drowning. We're back. Marcelo, what are we swinging at? What were we swinging at there? Don't jinx it, Shooter. Do not jinx this. We're good. We're good. If they can hold this lead, yeah. Dude, I would put Gray back out there. I understand why they're not. I would put Gray back out there. Oh my God, is it gonna be Greg Weiser, dude? This better be Slayton. This better be if this is anybody but Justin Slayton, I'm gonna be heated. What is it? Is it Sadant or is it Willier? Oh my God, is it Weiser? Weiser's coming in. Oh my God. No way it's Greg Weiser, right? It can't be Greg Weiser. It cannot be Greg Weiser. Chat, I don't believe you. Someone's lying to me and make me mad. Yeah, it's Slayton. What are we doing? Yeah, what are you guys trying to give me a heart attack? You guys almost just saw me die. You guys just almost saw me die on live stream. And then you tried to say that it was Weisert on, and that would have put me in my grave. All right, come on, Slayton. Okay, we can't have you being wild here, Slayton. That's what we can't have. It's 3, 4, 5. Not sure where that missed, but okay. There we go. All right, pump it in there. Let's see some 98s here, Slayton. Come on, brother. Need to use ABS more. I don't know that would have been a strike. I like base is empty. I don't know. All right, good pitch. He was late on it. Now drop a slide piece. Drop a slide piece, bring him to his knees. That's what he's doing right here. Watch this. Nope, just a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Chat, off the top of your head, do we know why baseball bats are fully round? Is it an aerodynamics thing? Woo! Okay, that was vintage story right there. That was vintage story. Once in a while, it's like it's like when your dad busts a move and you're like, oh, buddy could kind of do something once, back in the day, That's Trevor Story making a play like that once in a while where you're like, oh, all right. Has to do with the pain in the hands. Ah, that makes sense, Frozen. Distribution of impact or whatever. See? I know some things. Oh, yeah, because the rule says so. Got it. Torpedo bats? Oh, yeah. All right, one more here, Slate. Why does Brandon Marsh have the wettest hair known to man? That cannot be fun to play with. It cannot be fun for Brandon Marsh to be playing with a mop as hair. It just can't be. That thing's whipping you in the back. Oh. This is close. I think it's going to be a ball. Oh. I thought so. Must be sweating? Dude, I don't think it's definitely not sweat. It can't be sweat. Because, like, no other part of his jersey is sweating. Like, his beard looks perfectly fine. His jersey's not wet. Oh, really, Spencer? There's an actual reason he actually just pours a bottle of water on his hair? Why? If that's sweat, he needs to go to a doctor. Yeah, I don't disagree. All right, come on, Justin. Beard looks ridiculous? No, dude, that's a fire beard. God, we can't make fun of a good beard now. You know? There we go, kid. Brad Keller. Old friend Brad Keller, huh? Dave O'Brien, why are we jinxing things? Why are we jinxing things? He does this all the time, Dave. Like, he goes, boom. He drives me nuts with that. You're not going to believe it, but the Red Sox have held Schwarber without a hit, Harper without a hit, Marsh without a hit, Bohm without a hit. He's been hot. And then immediately Bohm gets a hit. Like, brother, I'm begging you. He did this with no hitters, too. Ranger Suarez bringing that into the fifth, and he's like, the Ranger Suarez hasn't allowed a hit this inning. For the first time in the whole game, he just decides to say that. Actually, one of those wet towels. Ugh. There we go, Marcelo. Doesn't end up meaning anything. I get it. But it just drives me nuts. Let's see another big home run, huh? Let's get some more home run power in here. 2 home runs in the game tonight. The most they've hit in a game is what? That Orioles game? That doesn't really count. I'm talking about against real players. So it was that Detroit Tigers game. That was 3. Let's see if we get 4 tonight, chat. OB is spared this time. Yeah, dude. If they scored a run there or 2 runs there, heaven forbid, I would have torn OB apart. Easy device. Cello at second. Marcelo, yeah, he's a dog. But I'd much rather have him at second base, or shortstop, maybe even third base. It's just tough because Durbin's so good defensively. He's just so bad offensively. Corbin getting greedy for home runs? Yeah, dude. I want more home runs. How about that, chap? I got a bold take for you. I want more Red Sox home runs. I know. Listen. I'm a guy who likes hot takes. You know what I mean? I like to live life on the edge. I'm not thriving unless people are mad at me. So, here's my hot take. The Red Sox should hit more home runs. Sue me. Go ahead. Try. I got a lawyer. I got so many lawyers. I don't even think I know a lawyer. which is surprising because I feel like I should know at least one lawyer. Sonny Gray, 6 innings, just 2 hits, 1 run. It was the earned run. He only walked 1, struck out 6. I don't know, dude. Sox are kind of bulling pitching wise a little bit. I mean, they're like Peyton Tully's the one guy that I think he's gonna be up and down a little bit, which is fine considering he's had what this is like his 6th start in MLB. Didn't Brad Kelly get like really good? Oh no, he's 432. Yeah, right. Never mind. Hitting home runs means that we're gonna have to pay these guys more. Let's field a team that doesn't hit home runs. That way we never have to pay these guys what they're worth. I mean, low key, think about it. It's smart. My lawyer is so good, you'll be working in Alaska tomorrow. I would low key, and it's just very low key because I don't think it would actually work. I would low key really like to be in Alaska. You really like OB? He's pretty good. I'll give you another controversial take. I don't really have a problem with OB all that much. I think the problem is when the Red Sox stink. OB like for a while there, even when OB was with Remy, right? Remy was such a Red Sox homer that when the Red Sox stunk, you felt it. And not that I don't think Merlone isn't that. But Merloni's also a bit of a professional too. Like Remy was just, you know what I mean. So like I think in recent years it's become a bigger topic of conversation. OB if Dave Orsillo on his own was just like, look, I'm gonna take this Padres job. They offered me more money or whatever, and then left, and OB took over. I don't think anyone really has a problem with it. I think it's people understanding that the reason Orsillo left was pushed out was because they didn't want to lose Dave O'Brien, which I think is crazy. You're back, Cram. You've been to Alaska? It's the best natural beauty. Like, yeah, I think I'd have fun. I think I'd enjoy it. Get into camping or something. Durban's just lost, dude. Do you know in Alaska there's a national park bigger than all of England? Yeah, that makes sense. There's probably a national park bigger than all of New England, too. Oh, I thought Durbin was swinging at that. Oh, my God. I mean, he's still giving you a decent bat. He's just... Oh, Durbin. Oh, Durbin. Arkansas? Why? Imagine they put an MLB team in Anchorage, Alaska. That'd be sick. The flights would be miserable. The flights would be horrible, but it would be fun. Wichita? Where is Wichita? Is that in Arkansas? Caleb. I can't keep defending him at all. I just Caleb. I just, you know what I mean? Like I just you get it. I don't know. I like because coming into the season, he was coming into the Duran. I am begging you to stop check swinging. What was I talking about? Oh, Durbin's bat would play at Fenway because he was pulling the ball. He was pulling the ball in the air. And normally when that happens, even if you don't have a ton of power, you know what I mean? You get it off the wall, you're a doubles machine. Problem is he's come here and he hasn't been pulling the ball in the air at all. He's been pushing the ball on the ground. And tonight he's been really hurting the team offensively, but in general, he's been hitting the ball directly on the ground. And a lot of it's the opposite side, too. He hasn't really pulled the ball all that much. Thank you, Steven. You know what I mean? Like that's really the answer, Brent, is the pull air percentage. Which is, to be fair, relatively reliable. It's not like just like a random new. You cannot have Jaron Duran and Caleb Durbin back to back. You can't do it. You can't do it. There's certain people in the lineup you cannot put back to back. You can't put Duran and Story back to back, and you can't put Durbin and Duran back. You can't put the three of them in enough of an area where they end up back to back. You can't do it. All I heard about Durbin when we first got him is he is a great contact guy. He's just not getting on base with said contact. He's only striking out about like a 12% clip. Obviously, tonight he's a tough night for you. But in general, it's about a 12% clip, which is about 10% below league average. It's really good. The contact's not the issue, Matthew. It's the contact that's going to actually get you on base. Gasper's approach. Hope he gets another at bat. Well, considering it's the 8th inning, yeah, he'll get another at bat. You know? The lyric is I'm going to Wichita. A 7-Nation Army couldn't hold me back. That's the actual lyric. I never knew that. Back to back on the bench. Yeah, if you want to go sit them back to back on the bench, cool. Hey, that's fine with me. But it's just like you can't have them. You can't have them back to back in the lineup. There's just too much bad contact amidst the three of those. You know? God, drives me nuts. The problem is, where do you put them? Maybe you put Durbin at 8. That way, like, it can't be Duran, Durbin back to back. Where's Trevor Story hitting tonight? 5, 6? What's wrong with Duran? Looks like he can't hit a beach ball. Dude, I don't know. You know what? You know one thing that's been kind of obvious recently is that he's changing his swing like once a week. He just can't find any consistency in his swing. I'm also curious if Duran, I don't know, Duran was kind of bad before the firings, but like he took it really hard, the firings. So I don't know if that's part of it too. It's like mentally he's just not there. I don't know. I mean, all of them were, Jules. Wow. Again, another vintage story. What the hell? What is going on? What did Trevor Story do? This isn't Trevor Story. Who is this? Wilson's also a demon, dude. Wilson is so damn good. When is Roman eligible to come back? Friday. I don't think it's going to happen, but Friday. Is that Marcel in disguise? Yeah. Yeah, maybe they cloned Marcel Meyer and made him look like Trevor Story. Maybe that's what's going on here. That was a great stretch, too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is just one good game for May. Hey, you know what? I'm live for it, so I'll take it. Although that means we've got 2 more games where he's going to be butt cheeks on the live stream, which we don't love. We don't love that. I want to see Whitlock back at 96. Oh, there we go. As I'm saying, I wanted to see Whitlock back at 95, 96, but he pumps a 95-mile-an-hour sinker at the top of the zone. 3. Man, Chad, does this mean we have to drink this juice every stream? It might have to mean it. Great pitch, Whitlock. If Whitlock can settle in this year, Slayton, Whitlock, Chapman ain't too bad. Or any of the next city connect uniformly based on. There's only so many times you can connect to a city. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, is there going to be another one? I don't know that there is going to be. Is there another one, chat? Do we know if there's another city connect jersey? Yeah, to me, it feels like the greens are like the Red Sox jersey, you know? What just happened? What just happened? Is Wong okay? I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. It's not funny. He's injured. Oof. So here's what? Rolled his ankle? Dude, Whitlock low-key an athlete, dude. Whitlock's done that a couple of times where he's made a diving catch to catch a foul ball. Remember that last one? What was the last one? Like 20? That must have been... I don't think that was 25. He dove on the... it was a sliding play. Hauk made fun of it. He was still pitching. So it was either the beginning of 2025 or the middle of 2024. It was against the Houston Astros in Houston. And the Red Sox still lost that game. Does anyone remember that? I know, Dennis. I know. Slayton taking Weiser's job is beautiful. This is why I said getting Slayton back is such a massive is such a massive boost to this bullpen. You know? Like, it was such an underrated get back. Like, people didn't really talk about it a ton. We made a video talking about how it was a massive move. And it genuinely is, because it totally it just totally changes the dynamic of this bullpen. Where is Hauk anyways? Did I hear someone say his name? Hauk is still rehabbing, dude. We're not going to see much from him. Imagine how many more games we would have won by now if Slayton was healthy the whole season. I know. Yeah, Hauk is taking his time coming back from Tommy John, which he should be. It's not like he's purposely taking his time to sit on the IL. Chat, this weekend my brother's graduating college on Friday. So our video for Saturday is going to be pre-recorded. We are talking about the new Red Sox top 100 prospect. That'll be fun. The Red Sox officially have another top 100 prospect. My God, there's 1,000 people on. What happened there? Is he dying? I don't know, J.A. It is possible. If we could hold our opponents to 1 or 2 runs every game, maybe we can make the playoffs. True. Our Navy Blues, dude, I loved the Navy Blues. People, I don't understand why. I don't really understand why they got rid of those Navy Blues. Like, was it? It was for the greens, and the greens are fantastic, by the way. I love the greens. But like, if you're gonna bring in another jersey, just make it the Blues. Arias is almost top 10 now. Yeah, I think in another month Arias will be a top 10. Yeah, there we go, Mickey. Dude, Mickey in the 2 spot. Let it go, you know? Let it ride. Let it rock. We're pinch hitting for him? I don't know. The Yellows ran a course. I loved the Yellows. I did love the Yellows. Yeah. No, the yellow jerseys weren't always ass. I like they were one of the only City Connects that actually had like a real tangible um connection to said city, right? Like understandable connection. What's up, Dwight? I like the blue ones too. I like the blue jerseys. I think the blue jerseys are clean. Especially that they say Boston, right? They don't say Red Sox. This jersey. We either get rid of the yellows, reds, or greens. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm perfectly fine getting rid of the yellows now. That's what I'm trying to say. Like my point is that I agree that they've kind of run their course. The greens are significantly better in every way. I don't know. I really like the green ones. I think they're simple and I like that. The Red Sox should wear red. I don't hate that. They used to wear it a lot on the road. They haven't worn it in a bit. That's because they stunk in them. Considering it's the bottom of the 8th inning, CH, what do you think? Fish jersey 27. That would be a fire one. Safe. Hi, baby Willie. We were red on Friday on the road. There you go. They need to replace the yellow with the blue. Sox do gray and the green. Yeah. What are the teams wearing tonight? Red Sox are in their home whites, which, by the way, one of the cleaner jerseys in baseball. Not being an ass, I'm just saying. I don't know why would he be a defense replacement? Gasper was DHing, I think. Um, Man, Wilson, you have a red Devers jersey. What a waste, brother. That's a red Casas jersey. That is a red Casas jersey. I feel you. Our home white is top 5 in home jerseys. Who else has the top 4 spots in home jerseys? I love the Mariners colors. Do I put the Mariners top 5 in home jerseys? Classic home jerseys. Mets is a top 5 home jersey. The blue and orange is good. I don't know, dude. Dodgers have a good home jersey, I think. Orioles low key kind of decent. Not Rays. I would never put a Yankee jersey in a top 5. Blue Jays? Nah, those are kind of basic. Cubs, Dodgers, Cardinals, Red Sox, Mets. I think I replaced, so on your list, Cubs, Dodgers, Cardinals, Red Sox, Mets. I'll give you the Mets. That's fine. I would replace Cardinals with Mariners. That's what I would do. Oh yeah, the Twins baby blues are sick. The blue number sharp. Oh yeah, dude. There is something special about those teal Mariners jerseys. Those are so clean. Astros, yeah, the Astros were terrible. Myers switched to 11 though. Isn't bad of a purchase. Yeah, mine says Devers on the back though, unfortunately. So Cubs, Dodgers, Mariners, Red Sox, Mets. Yeah, that's what I would do. Wong's coming out, huh? Oh my God, how many injuries can this team sustain? Braves, yeah, the Braves are solid. I'll give you that. Duct tape on Meyer. Yeah, the vintage Florida Marlins is gas. That's fair. The vintage Florida Marlins is gas. All right, 2-0 on Schwarber here. It is Schwarber someone Harper. I don't know that, or is it Schwarber Harper someone? I don't know, dude. I'm stressing. Oh, the Angels. The Angels did have some good ones. I don't think they're that good anymore. I think they're a little updated, but like the old school Angels, yeah, I liked that. All right, Chapman, brother, we got to find the zone here. All right, so not great. All right, so we're logging in here, chat. Ground ball would be gigantic here, huh? There we go. There's a good fastball. All right, come on. Can you watch the Red Sox BP? How does that work? I'm usually at the gate when they let fans in, but I haven't seen BP before. Not anymore. They changed it. It's harder for you to catch BP. A lot of people do it in the cages down below, and then a lot of hitters will do it far enough down the far enough away from the game where you're just not allowed in to see it. I think you can buy monster batting practice tickets. I think you have to look that up, Chris. But if you're just going in on an everyday, I don't think you're going to be able to catch them in batting practice. Maybe like the very tail end. Come on, Chapman. Great. Sick. What happened there, Narvaez? That hit his bat? Mm. Harper's putting up a fight here. Chapman's already at 9 pitches. He doesn't have an out yet. I'm gonna need Chapman to lock it in here and get this strikeout. Man. Chapman's fastball down from last year? No, not really. He's always ramped it up as an outing goes on. It's how he said it before. He's talked about it. It's how he's partially how he's staying healthy. He's kind of purposefully not throwing 100 plus to try and serve his body better. There we go. Thank you. Whew. All right, 1 out. Come on, boys. All right, Adolis Garcia scares me for sure. Good pitch. Slider right on the inside corner. If I'm Adolis Garcia, the last thing I'm expecting is a slider on the inside corner from Chapman. like what are you doing with that? Good pitch. 2-0. 0-2. Yeah, I made a video on it today, Gavin. It's not 2023 anymore. That's fair. But he has hit some home runs. There we go. Strike 3. One more out. We got ourselves a victory beer delivered, chat. Are we going to be able to use it? And Rally Cat has come in. Will Rally Cat be here for the second straight red seat win? That's the goal tonight, chat. 2 red seat wins in a row. We haven't seen it. We have not seen it this season. We have not seen 2 red seat wins in a row. Will it be right here? Trey Turner's trying to stand in the way of that. Chapman misses ball 1. Fastball's at 99. See, this is what I'm talking about with the velocity being down now. It gets up as the it goes up as the outing goes on. What the hell was that sinker? That was wild. Rally Cat wants out. Rally Cat's done, chat. Rally Cat's clocked out. She came in, she did her job. Well done. There you go. Go ahead. All right, chap. Late to the party, what's up? Hopefully you're here for the best parts. 3-0 on Turner right now. Don't love that. AC/DC, yeah, these are AC/DC PJs. He walked him on 4 straight pitches. Uh-oh. What's up, Will? Please don't do this to me, baseball gods. Please don't do this to me, baseball gods. I beg of you. We trust in Chapman. I mean, we have to trust in Chapman. What else are we going to do? He's 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs against Chapman. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Come on, Chap. Dig deep right here. First pitch strike, brother. Okay. Come on. Ah. Damn it. That would have been sick. The replay makes that look so much funnier. In real time, I was like, all right, yeah, this is pretty good. I was like, okay, yeah, I can see it. The replay, he wasn't close, was he? Durbin, are we asleep over there? They double stealed. Sorry, Tyler. They double stealed, but Durbin didn't cover third base. Schwarber was out if the tag had been there. But Durbin was nowhere near it. This better be worth it. Yeah! Bang! There we go, Chapman. Doesn't even matter. What steals? What steals? What steals? We're just going to make them swing and miss. The Boston Red Sox have won. That is 2 Red Sea games in a row, chat. Are things starting to look up? Red Sox still can't really hit. Let's be honest. You got 2 home runs tonight. This is why power matters. This is why power means something, right? Because you can not be a good team offensively, but if you can get power numbers from guys, you can win games without hitting a ton. And this is a prime example of it. Need to figure out something to do here. You said steal. You know what, Matthew? I was a little bit excited. Heaven forbid I misspeak. The Red Sox have won. Top 5 things you wouldn't believe if they weren't caught on camera. I mean, this was I'm not going to call it a great win because there were clearly things you need to work on, but solid win. And that also means, chat, that also means what? One thing. What does that mean, chat? And I'm popping it open with this drill. I don't want to cut myself here. That was a bad pop. The drill is not great for these. I'll tell you that right now. Gentlemen, I am 21 years of age or older. I do not condone any sort of bad drinking habits. Second one in a row, chat. It feels so good to chug a beer on a random Wednesday night when the Red Sox win. Then having to get off stream and sit there and be like, oh man, that sucked. Regardless. Great game. Great game for us. I had a lot of fun. We will be back tomorrow. I don't know what we'll be talking about tomorrow. Might be talking about some Crochet and Roman injury updates, maybe. Might be the answer. We'll see. If anything else pops up, I think that's what we're going to do. And then Friday, obviously the recap of the series. And then Saturday, we are going to be doing a video on a prospect. I love doing those. Next member stream is going to have to be at the end of the month. And I apologize for this, but I'm going away this weekend. My brother's graduating. Next weekend, I'm going on my bachelor trip. So it's going to have to be the last week of May, and that's my apologies, and I'm sorry. But we will get the members in. Don't worry, I promise you. Even if we have to do 2 member streams in June and something special for you guys for me missing it, we'll figure it out. But we'll definitively make sure it's worth it for you guys, I promise. So I'm sorry for that, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, I appreciate y'all being in tonight, man. Not only did we... The Red Sea community helped turn this season around. We also got our second victory in a row. A ton of fun things we talked about in this stream. A lot of trade talk, a lot of what do you do with the roster talk. Always love that. We'll be back tomorrow. If you haven't already, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe and that like button. And as always, thank you all very much to those of you who donated and became a member too, by the way, or re-upped their membership. I will see you